When the mirror speaks, don't look away, because it never lies. It never flatters, and it never forgets. It remembers the version of you that used to pray for things you now take for granted. It remembers the fire behind your eyes before the world told you to be realistic. It remembers who you were before fear taught you how to shrink. But here's what most people don't understand. The mirror doesn't just reflect your face. It reflects your faith. It echoes back what your soul has been whispering in silence. That's why some people can't look in the mirror at all. Not because of what they see, but because of what they feel. They see a smile, but feel the weight of compromise. They see skin, but feel the bruises of dreams buried alive. They see eyes, but avoid the truth burning behind them. So let me ask you this. What do you hear when the mirror speaks? Because it's not asking about your morning routine. It's asking about your alignment. It's asking, are you obeying the truth you know, or the fear you manage? Are you living the life you were shown in flashes and dreams, or the life you were taught was safe? The mirror does not ask gently. It confronts. Because the mirror is your teacher when the world is silent. It's the moment when you can't lie, not to your boss, not to your partner, not to yourself, and say, this is who I've become, but not who I was born to be. But here's the miracle hidden in all of this. Every mirror is also a portal. Every honest reflection is a doorway to divine correction. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present. You don't need a new face. You need a new faith. A faith that says, I don't shrink anymore. I don't hide anymore. I don't perform for approval that leaves me hollow. From now on, when the mirror speaks, you will listen with courage, with stillness, with obedience, because your reflection isn't your enemy. It's your prophecy. And what you behold with love, you become. Sometimes the mirror speaks in silence. It doesn't say words. It stirs memory. You walk past, glance once, and suddenly feel everything you've buried beneath being fine. Because mirrors don't care about fine. They care about truth. And when the truth has been ignored long enough, it speaks louder. Through your body, through your burnout, through that quiet ache that tells you something is missing, even when everything looks good on paper. There's a reason people fear solitude. It's not the silence. It's the mirror that shows up in it. The mirror that asks, why are you still pretending this is enough? Why are you building their dream while yours is dying? Why are you showing up for everyone but leaving yourself behind? And when that mirror speaks, you have two choices. You either nun it or you nurture it. You either run or you rise. Most people run. They scroll. They binge. They laugh too loud at things that don't matter. But you are here because something in you refused to keep sleeping. Something in you whispered, there has to be more. And there is. But you don't find it in noise. You find it in truth. In quiet, gut-wrenching, liberating truth. The kind that meets you not in your highlight reel, but in your reflection. So the next time you pass by a mirror, don't fix your hair. Fix your posture. Stand tall. Look deep. Say nothing. And listen. Because the mirror isn't just watching, it's waiting. Waiting for the version of you who stops breaking yourself into pieces just to fit into someone else's frame. Waiting for the you who walks in power, not apology. Waiting for the you who doesn't perform perfection, but practices peace. And maybe today is the day you stop looking away. Maybe today is the day you let your own eyes see you, the real you, and say, I'm still here. I'm still becoming. And I'm not afraid to be seen anymore. You do not need to fight your reflection. You need to befriend it. You do not need to conquer the mirror. You need to listen to it. The truth is, the mirror is not your enemy. It is your most sacred ally, because it can never lie, and it will never flatter. It only returns what you silently speak, even when your lips say something else. And that's why most people flinch, not because of the mirror, but because of the contradiction they live in. They say, I am abundant, but their reflection screams, I am afraid. They say, I am worthy, but the mirror whispers, you still don't believe it. They speak in hope, but feel in fear. And the mirror always tells the truth of what they feel. So how you change it? Not by painting the mirror, not by faking the light, but by becoming the truth inside. By saying it until your bones remember. By breathing it until your cells believe. By living it until your reflection has no choice but to bow to what you've become. You must begin with this declaration. Let the mirror become the place where you say, here I am. Here I rise. Here I return to myself. Because the world will try to fog the glass. It will throw fingerprints and shadows. It will project its own pain onto your surface. But none of that is permanent. Wipe it clean. Breathe again. And speak life over your reflection. You are not what they said. You are not what you feared. You are not even what you were yesterday. You are what you decide, right now. In this gaze, in this breath, in this holy moment. So say it again, and say it slowly. I see myself clearly. I speak love over what I see. I reflect the truth of who I really am. And as you say it, watch what begins to shift. The eyes soften, the jaw releases, the chest rises, the spine straightens. This isn't performance. This is presence. You are coming back, piece by piece, word by word, breath by breath. And suddenly, the mirror is no longer something to survive. It becomes something to celebrate. Let your own reflection become the first witness to your transformation. Before the world applauds, before the money arrives, before the success lands. Let your mirror be the first to see you. Really see you. Because once you show up fully in your own eyes, everything else in life starts to follow. That's the mystery. That's the invitation. That's the law. Speak to your reflection as if it is sacred. Because it is. And watch what unfolds. There will come a morning when you walk past the mirror and you won't flinch. You won't stop to inspect. You won't look away. You won't seek flaws or wounds. You'll simply smile. Not because everything is perfect, but because you are whole. And that's what this journey was always about. Not perfection, not performance, but presence. The presence of a soul no longer hiding from itself. The presence of a woman no longer shrinking for comfort. The presence of a spirit finally in rhythm with its reflection. That's power. That's the magnetism no makeup can create. That's the light no filter can duplicate. That's the beauty that never fades, because it was never skin deep. You became the truth, and the mirror had no choice but to show it. Now, here is your final charge. Every day, before you give yourself to the world, give yourself to the mirror. Not to criticize, not to obsess, but to reconnect. Even if for 10 seconds, look into your own eyes and say, I honor the soul I see. I trust the path I walk. I bless the journey I've survived. And I welcome the future I now call in. Speak this, even if your voice shakes. Even if you cried the night before. Even if yesterday was hard. Especially if yesterday was hard. Because this is how you turn the page. This is how you start again. This is how you rewrite what was once written in shame, now in love. When the mirror speaks, don't look away. When the truth rises, don't dim it. When your own eyes sparkle, don't doubt them. You were not made to hide. You were not made to break. You were made to reflect the divine. And if you've forgotten, the mirror will remind you. The breath will bring you back. The voice will rebuild you. One sacred sentence at a time. So go now. Return to yourself, with reverence, with rhythm, with radiant truth. And next time you see your reflection, say it boldly. I know who I am. I am no longer afraid to look, because what I see is finally free. Let this be the last day you ever look away from yourself again.